Hello, and welcome to the 2025 Nevada Cubs baseball parent meeting. I apologize we were not able to get together in person, as that is always better, but this time of year is very tough logistically to make that happen with five sports going on at once and end of the year concerts and senior awards night and graduation reception. So there's a lot going on this time of year. So hopefully this video will take care of all the questions you may have and give you an opportunity to reach out to me if need be. I am Steve Glenn. This is my fourth year on the Nevada staff. Um, we are very excited about this summer. We had a lot of guys return from last year's team, and we've really been kind of building this for the last 4 years. Each year we have a theme. The first year was Wake the Giant, because I believe there is a giant here in the baseball program at Nevada. The second year was Get on Board. We just want to make sure everybody was on board with us and all in on baseball. And then last year we had Turn the Corner. So we wanted to get everybody on board and then make that turn to start becoming more competitive. And now this year it's why not us? We have the athletes. I think we have a great schedule set up. Why not us? Why can't we compete for a conference championship? Why can't we make a run in the playoffs as well? So that's our theme for this year. Why not us, kind of going off the old 04 Red Sox? I think it was the 04 Red Sox as well. So on staff, we'll have Colton Shipman again this year. Colton's been a great asset to the program. He's our pitching coach, along with he runs our off-season workout program. He also does a great job bonding with the kids, and they really enjoy him. So it's great to have Colton on board, and I'm excited to work with him again this season. New to the staff this year, we have John Parsons. John has come from most recently at Colo Nesco. He's been coaching for a while. He's also an umpire and does the umpire scheduling. So it's good to have John in that role as well. He can help us if we are short officials and things like that. He might be able to get us set up. But we're excited to have John on board. He'll coach the JV2. And then back for another year is our volunteer assistant, Tim Huff, another a great asset to the program. The kids are excited to have him back. He does a great job as our bench coach and helps the guys with their hitting as well. So Coach Shipman, Coach Parson, and Coach Huff, we're glad to have them on board again this season. Program expectations. We always run our program on the 4Cs: character, commitment, communication, and coachable. We want everybody in the program, players, coaches, and parents and fans alike, to have great character and be good role models for everybody. So that expectation is always high, as we want Nevada to have a good reputation. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word there. Going forward with other teams we play, we want to have our best foot forward. So as parents and fans, we ask that you don't yell at the officials, don't yell at the other team or the other coaches, don't come after our coaches after games, and to always encourage our players positively. Commitment, it's a big commitment. Summer's tough. People have jobs, they're getting ready to go off to college, or they're preparing for their other sports like football and basketball and stuff. So a lot going on. So commitment to baseball is huge. We really need the guys to be on time to everything, be at everything that they need to be at, and just be bought into the Nevada Cubs baseball. And from a parent point of view and fan point of view, being committed is just, supporting us, showing up to the games, volunteering when needed, just be involved with the program as much as possible. Communication, I like to try to communicate as much as possible. I'll send out a weekly planner each week that we'll get to later on. Use Remind a lot to get messages out to people. So summer communication is huge. I will do my best to communicate with everybody what's needed, and hopefully you guys are communicating with me as well. We really encourage the players to do the communicating if anything is an issue with them, as that is kind of the best for their learning process and for our program in general. And the last one's be coachable. We want the players to be coachable, take that constructive criticism. We're trying to make them better. Us as coaches, we are always coachable. We learn from each other. We reach out to peers. We are open to communication and trying to change things that maybe we struggle with as well. And as parents, as fans, we ask that you're coachable in taking feedback on your son, taking feedback on your behavior, learning the game, knowing what's going on, knowing the rules of the game, and trying to understand the strategy that the coaching staff is trying to do there on the field. So those are our 4C expectations. A couple of questions we've already had is on transportation. Players are able to drive to games if need be. Of course, obviously, we would prefer them to ride the bus, but we know there's circumstances that do not allow that. But as long as they have a transportation form filled out and the office has that, they are good to drive to and from the games if they okay that with the coach beforehand. If they filled out a transportation form for another sport, they should be good to go for baseball as well. As for riding home with parents, we allow that. Family time is great. Team bonding is also great on the bus, but at the same time, sometimes that's some of the best parent and child bonding is on the way home from games. So you are able to sign your son out. Just make sure you meet with the coach and sign them out on a paper physically, or you can send me a message on Remind and just try and make sure we know you're there and we see you and we see your son leaving with you. That way we know they're not getting in with someone else or getting in with another parent without anyone knowing, just to avoid any unfortunate situations down the road. So that's our to and from transportation guidelines. Our game day expectations, being on time is huge. All times we have our start time, so we ask that players show up, 10 to 15 minutes early so they can get everything prepared, get their cleats on, pants on, whatever they need to do, uniforms on, get their band work done, hit off a tee, do some extra stretching, things like that. So make sure they're on time for those at home games. Make sure they're there for their batting practice. JV and varsity will have different batting practice times. JV2 will have their own batting practice time as well. Varsity players are expected to be hitting or in the dugout during JV games. If they're going to eat, we ask that they eat outside the dugout just to keep that separate. It's understandable kids need to eat during the day, so just rather not have that in the dugout or clubhouse. And then same with JV guys during the varsity game. We expect them to be in the dugout, helping chase foul balls, things like that. They can have a chance to grab a snack between games, but we really need them in there helping out. JV2, if you want to sit in the dugout, that you can come talk to me. We can arrange that as well, and you can be in there. We need we have high expectations of people in the dugouts to make sure that they are actively participating if they are in there. JV2, if there are double hitters, we are expecting you to stay for the duration of both games. So maybe if you play game one and sit game two, we still need you in the dugout to help chase foul balls, be a pinch runner if available, coach first base, things like that. And then if we have triple hitters, which we do have a couple triple hitters, JV2 does not need to stay for the JV and varsity games, but they are welcome to. So that can just be arranged prior to. So that's our home game expectations. We also ask that we try and keep people out of the dugout and clubhouse that aren't on the team. We realize that sometimes you have a Gatorade to drop off or you need to get a message to someone, and we can do that if need be. But I kind of use the comparison to football. You don't go down to the football sideline and take a Gatorade to your son and things like that. So I know baseball and football are different with the way they're played and kind of the aura around it. I know aura is not the right word, but kind of the just the way the atmosphere is. But we do ask that people let the dugouts and clubhouse be for the players here. During the summer, we do have weight room expectations. There are mandatory lifting sessions for all players, including seniors. The days that they lift are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. There's a 6:30 time. I know that. But we ask that you guys get in there and lift weights. Seniors, if you do have a job that's not allowing you to lift, then that can be excused. Just make sure you talk to the coaches about that beforehand. But we do need guys in there lifting weights. That's going to make the program better. It's going to make other programs better, and going to help you out with your individual skills and development. Uniform and gear. The team will provide jerseys and pants. Then players are expected to have a hat, a purple belt, and then any socks that they need in their cleats and gloves. The hats are $30. Varsity and JV will need a purple and a black hat. JV2 will need just a purple hat. If you do need to buy two hats, it's one for $30, two for $45. Those deals also go out to fans and parents. If you want a hat, by all means, talk to me. We can get you one. I think they look pretty sharp. And so prices are 30 for one hat, 45 for two hats. We ask that each player have a purple belt. You can find those on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. If cost is a big issue, you can let me know. We never want money to be a factor in determining if a player plays baseball or not, so we can work that out for you. Or, if they don't have one, I guess they don't have one. We do look better with a purple belt and would hope that they would have one. Another option some kids are doing, the purple and yellow stirrups. You do not have to do that if you don't want to, but we do have that option. And if you want those, I have an Amazon link I can send you so you can get the same ones that match the other players. We are working on some pants right now. Hopefully they'll be in here in the next few days after we get them ordered. We should have enough for the first few games for sure, but the pants, they do rip out sometimes. They get stained. They are white pants. I know that's not a popular pick with parents and people that have to clean them. So I apologize for that, but we appreciate all of the work you do getting those uniforms ready and having those boys ready to go each day. And the white pants look fantastic with our uniforms. Our uniforms are very sharp, so thank you for cleaning those up for the guys. We do have a couple fundraising opportunities right now. We are selling Iowa Cub ticket vouchers to be able to play at Principal Park. We have 400 tickets to start with. We have sold quite a few of those. They are $10 each. The vouchers are good for any Iowa Cubs game except for the 4th of July games. If you would like to buy tickets, talk to anyone on the baseball team or talk to me, and we can get you some. They are limited supply, 400 total. So once we are out, we are out. And we may not have enough if you need more, but we're looking to sell those if you need those. And then starting next Friday, we'll do our discount card sales that we've done in the past, and that's been a fantastic fundraiser for us. It's a late start a little bit this year. We had some logistical problems in getting it set up. So we will start that next Friday, and the junior and high school will be selling those for about a 2-week span. And all those profits will go to the baseball team to get some things we need throughout the year and years to come. Playing time policy. We won't discuss playing time or other kids' playing time. We will be open to discussing what players can do in order to maybe earn more playing time or to have a chance to get in a game or see what we can do to help them out. As for our JV2, JV, and varsity rosters, they will be fluid throughout. We might have some changes. We might have guys going up, moving down, depending on what our need is. Some guys might stay on that roster that they're on the entire year. It just depends on the individual, the position, and what needs we might have. But catchers and pitchers are always some needs. And so moving them around from roster to roster might be needed depending on the day and, availability of other players. But we've have had a couple meetings with players the past couple of years. And I think they've gone well. Players have taken feedback well, and a couple of them have excelled and moved up and done things we need them to. So if that is an issue that you are concerned with, we will talk to players and parents. Hopefully discuss it with the players first. So parents, please encourage your son to approach the coaches about this first. Meeting times will be set up at appropriate times. After a game is not an appropriate time to meet, we will set up a next day. We always have kind of a 24-hour rule. If there's an issue, let's wait 24 hours to make sure everybody's emotions are down and that we're more reasonable to have a good communication and good conversation. Last thing on the playing time and on the rosters, we're trying to place the kids in the places where they will have the most success and benefit the team the most. It might not be where they like to be at the time, but hopefully it'll benefit them. And coaches are always evaluating and trying to get players in the best fit possible. We're always discussing players and where they could be, should be, and hoping to get them set up here. Sorry, my tie's a little crooked. It's been bothering me. Got to fix it. And it's always oddly backwards, so don't know if I helped it or not there, but sorry. Lettering policy, this changes every once in a while depending on how many games we have, different circumstances. We do have a 24 games or 24 date schedule. We have 27 varsity games. So we're looking for participation in 50% of those games to earn a letter, but there are other options. Maybe you're just a pitcher and all you do is pitch varsity, so it's hard to get in to half of those games. So we look for 7 pitching appearances that or or 20 innings, whichever works for you. Some guys might only throw a third of an inning, and that's their role. And that's a very important role on the team. So, you get 8 appearances as a guy that's getting 1 or 2 outs a night. That's a very important role, deserving of a letter. Maybe you're, a spot starter that gets his 20 innings through the season. That's another way. We also have some circumstances where you have a spot starter at a position. We had a couple years ago, we had an athlete sick and another athlete stepped in, started 6 or 7 games for us and did a good job. And then when the our normal starter came back healthy, we were able to get them back in. And the other player wasn't able to play in other games as much. So we look for, maybe if you're going to start 7 games as a spot starter, that's a pretty big role as well. We want our bench guys to feel that they are contributing. And so if you are starting in 7 games throughout the season, that would also be a letter. We also look at 4-year seniors, maybe a senior that doesn't play as much. If you've been in the program 4 years and have, had good attendance, looking at like 90% attendance, you're in good standing. Being a 4-year senior can also earn a letter as well. And then also other factors are taken in: injuries, attendance, things like that. Behavior are also taken into account. But that gives you kind of a good outline of where our lettering policy is. I like the letter to mean something. I don't want to just hand out letters to anybody that was on the varsity team. I want lettering to be to people that have contributed to our success and been in the varsity contest. So if you have questions on that, you can let me know. But that's kind of things we've done in the past. And there are always coaches' discretion for significant contributions here and there as well. Summer practice schedule is always very difficult. We have games most of the nights, but some nights we do have off. We might have some nights off. Sometimes the kids just deserve to have a night home with their family so they can do something, be a normal kid as well. Not that normal kids don't play baseball. Hopefully they do. But, it's nice to be home some nights. And I know with my family and having 2 young kids, it's nice to be home some evenings and take care of things and be around for them as well. That being said, we're looking at 6 to 8 o'clock being our practice times. That is tentative and always possible changes depending on field availability, weather, attendance things. So that's always going to be possibly changing. I know that stinks not to have that in cement, but there are times where maybe we'll just go to a JV2 game, support them, and do a BP practice at that time. We will work around football practice off season and basketball practice off season as well. But we will communicate those times. We know kids also work on days off, so that's tough to go around as well. And transportation can be an issue too. So we're always willing to work with people. But 6 to 8 right now is our tentative time for off-season practices, and those other time changes will be communicated as we go. Special event, we do play at Principal Park this summer. It's coming up. It's Monday, June 2nd. We play at 3 o'clock against Prairie City Monroe. The JV and varsity will be in the dugout and playing. It's just a varsity contest, so the JV will not be playing, but our normal varsity suitors will be in the dugout. JV2 guys, if you want to experience being in the dugout, let me know. We can figure that out as well. We can get transportation for you to the game and have a chance for you to sit in the dugout. If you want to sit in the stands as a JV2 player, that is fine as well. But a great opportunity for us to play at Principal Park. You do not need an Iowa Cubs ticket we're selling to get into our game. You only need those if you want to go to an Iowa Cubs game. But we hope to see you. It's a 3 o'clock start on a Monday. I know that's tough to make, but gives you a good excuse to get a day off work and come watch us out at Principal Park. You can stay. I'm saying a lot too. I apologize for that. I try not to do that. But to get a hold of us, we do have a lot of ways to connect with us. So here is our connection here. We have a Twitter at Nev Cubs Baseball and a Facebook. You can search Nevada Cubs Baseball. I like to put a lot of videos on there, a lot of pictures. We do players of the week for all levels. We put stats on there. We put all sorts of things on our social media. So give us a follow and see some of the stuff that we're doing. If you want to email me, my email is right there, sglenn@nevadacubs.org. You can reach out with some comments, questions, concerns that you might have, or anything regarding the baseball program. Remind, where most of our communication will go through Remind. I say most, all of our communication will go through Remind. To get on this text chain, you text at Nev Cubs BB to the number 81010, and that should set you up. You can also download the Remind app, but it should go through to your text messages with if you set up through this. If you're having trouble doing this, let me know and we can get you hooked up. Each week, I'll also send out a weekly planner. It looks like this. I try to get that on as early as I can on Sundays. I know sometimes I have a lot of family stuff going on the weekends, and with a 6-year-old and 4-year-old home, it's hard to maybe get it done during the day. But I'll do my best to get it out to you early because I know people like to have their calendars and their schedules set. So I'll do my best to get that out to you as soon as I can. The weekly planner will have all the information you need for that week. It'll have what's going on, where it's at, what time it is, who's involved, and other details like bus times and things like that. And then down here on these columns, we'll have rosters for who needs to be where at what times, and other special announcements like pictures, which pictures are coming up. They're going to be Tuesday, June 3rd at 2 o'clock. I will remind people of that, but it's before our triple header with Iowa Falls. So all players will be there in uniform, ready to go. So we'll do pictures Tuesday, June 3rd at 2 o'clock before Iowa Falls game. All the rosters and times on the weekly planner are tentative and subject to change. We try not to change them, but sometimes, like this past week with weather, it's just been out of our hands and we have to make changes. Sometimes there's issues with the field we have to get ready. Sometimes there's weather relations. Sometimes there's changing in locations and changes in rosters based on need. So the weekly planner could change, but it gives you a good idea of what's going on for that week. Now, that's all I have here going through everything we've kind of talked about. We're unable to have our seed scrimmage this year, and the guys really love the contributions you give us with the seeds and the gum and the drinks. So if you do want to contribute to us, that'd be outstanding. If you want to bring to a home game, bring us some seeds, bring us some bubble gum. Those are our main two needs. The guys love having those to chew and have during ball games. So if you want to contribute some seeds, please do. You can drop them off the field at any time or bring them to a game. The guys would be very appreciative of that, and the coaches will thank you for doing that as well. If you have any questions following this meeting, please don't hesitate to email me or send me a remind text and ask any questions. Maybe I forgot to cover something. Hopefully I got through most of the important stuff, but I might have left something out here and there. Unexcused absences is one thing I really didn't go over. Make sure if you're going to miss and it's a reason, like maybe we're ill, there's an unfortunate event with your family, like a funeral or something you need to attend. Those are obviously excused absences. Please let us know. We know vacations happen a lot during the summer as well. There is the dead week at the end of the season for vacations, but if you do take a vacation during the year, family time is very important. Just let us know the dates you're going to be gone. And just always realize that if you do miss baseball for certain things, that you're not always going to be guaranteed your position when you come back. Someone's going to take your spot while you're gone, and if they're deserving to keep that spot, then we'll have to have that discussion when we get back. But just know that there are those aspects going into the coaching decisions each season and each week. So please try and let the coaches know when you're going to be gone. Unexcused absences, maybe we just missed. We're napping, work, things like that. Try and get your work schedules set up to go around baseball. And if you need to discuss that with me further, we can. But I've gone on long enough here with this meeting. I'm very excited for this season and can't wait to get going. We go tomorrow night against South Hamilton at Jewel, and just very excited. And why not us? Why not the Cubs this season? Hopefully you guys will come out and watch us. And if you have any questions or concerns, always reach out to me. I will gladly have conversations with you. I'm very approachable, and have your boys approach me as well if they're in need of something, or any of the other coaches as well. So thank you for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you at the games. Go Cubs, go! Let's go get it tomorrow night.